From local issues to trending topics and headline news, it is time for Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube. Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is your award-winning host, Kyle Wallace.
Truth to Power here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. I am Kyle Walsh, your host of Truth to Power, and we're coming to you live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue here in downtown Milwaukee. 833-212-1017. That is the Truth Talking text line. You can call in, text in at 833-212-1017. You can also watch and stream us live on YouTube by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. That is 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Give us a like and give us a subscribe. You know, Rhea, shout out to Rhea, my producer on the ones and the twos.
Hey, y'all.
You know what I struggle at? So every day I send the show rundown to Rhea. And somehow when I do the show rundown, because I'm always rushed. I sent the show rundown as early as I've ever sent it today. Early. Because I had already cooked this show up. And I found myself in meetings, side conversation. We got an intern shadowing, and I talked to him for like 10 minutes. I never thought of what we should name today's show. I don't know. Should I say? I'm not sure, but it's gonna be a good one. And personal note here, I'm going through the stages of not grieving, the stages of losing friends, and today, I don't know, maybe today's the day of acceptance. I don't know. Rhea, you feeling a little bit better or no? I don't know. Ups and downs. But I feel like today's the day I feel like I got the most energy today. And I feel a little perky. Dude, I feel a little bit perked up. Like a woman that just saw me.
Ew. Ew.
What do you mean? Ew. I'm just being honest. But no,
This is a sick Negro.
Show is. And so, no, I'm just, again, I always feel blessed and fortunate to be able to be here and, to always blessed and fortunate to be able to do what I want to do most, and that is entertain Truth Nation. And today, Truth Nation, maybe we should name it this. I'm choosing violence today. Rhea, go ahead and let's hit them with the off the top, because I think today I'm choosing a little violence because I got to have a conversation, because I done seen some stuff on the social medias, and I just got to ask Truth Nation some questions.
Woke up this morning, you got yourself.
Y'all know what time it is. It's time for Off the Top on Truth to Power. Kyle, let Truth Nation know what you got to get off your chest today.
Also, make sure y'all download the 1017 The Truth app. Make sure, because y'all can always listen to me live on the 1017 The Truth app. We are streaming 24/7. So make sure y'all download that 1017 The Truth app so y'all can stream me. So whether you here, whether you in Mexico, whether you in Alabama, that we're going to talk about today, you can always watch and stream your favorite truth shows. Make sure you download the award-winning 1017 The Truth app today. But I got some questions for y'all. Rhea, this is going to be, you're going to participate today. I should have put that on the top of it. Rhea, you're participating today. So the little notes that you send that sometimes be misleading, telling everybody what I'm talking about on the show. We got some nosy people around here. You're going to be off on your notes today. Don't even send it. Be polite when you send this one today. Truth Nation, I'm telling y'all this right now because I got a question. Would you encourage your son to chase all of his dreams? Rhea, I mean, I don't know if you want to have kids. I know you with the temperature politically right now, you one of them folks saying, I don't even know want to do that. Would you encourage your son to chase all of his dreams?
Yeah, if I'm going to have a child, I'm going to be their best parent that I could ever be.
I'm going to be the best parent I could be. Me too. Son, if whatever you want to be, I'm right there with you. When I wanted to be a school bus driver when I was 4 years old, my parents said, Kyle, it may change, but if you want to drive a yellow bus, you can drive a yellow bus. That's exactly what they allowed for me to do. Any dream they have, I'm going to let them do it. All dreams in life, right? Truth Nation, 1017 The Truth on YouTube. You can go ahead, you can chime in. If your son has dreams, will you allow your son to chase all of his dreams? Just simply give me a yes, simply give me a no. Whatever y'all want to do, or y'all can always call in, text in at 833-212-1017, because like many of you, I said yes, of course. Why would I not support my child, the one I love, who I brought into this world, or the child that you adopted, or the child that became yours as a second father or second mother, whatever it is? I feel like we would want them to chase their dreams, and we want to support them pursuing and chasing their dreams, whatever that dream is, other than trying to be a drug dealer. We don't support that. Now, what if I told y'all your son's dream was to be in the NFL? I got a little cousin. He's chasing his dream to be in the NFL. He played great on Saturday night. 5 tackles, 1 sack and a half. Articles written about him. My boy's working hard. You know, whatever the Lord has for him, we're gonna keep going. But he's trying to earn his spot on the team. You know, what if your son said he wants to be in the NFL, Rhea? Would you say yes?
Yeah, you got to work hard, though.
You got to work hard. Now, what if I said your son wanted to be in the NFL, Rhea, but he didn't want to be a linebacker? He didn't want to be a quarterback. He didn't want to be a wide receiver. No. He wanted to dance. He wanted to cheer. He wanted to get the crowd going. He wanted to entertain the masses with the passion that he has. If your son wanted to be a cheerleader in the NFL, Rhea, what would you say?
I would say yes. I did it.
You son like mama. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And now I asked myself, and I asked you, Truth Nation, and Rhea, I want you to poll this on YouTube. Would you let your son be a cheerleader? 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Would you let your son be a cheerleader? Now, when I asked myself this question, y'all know me, I keep it 100, Truth Nation. I paused. Because before I said, yeah, if my son want to do this, I'm going to let him do it. But when it came to a cheerleader, I'm not going to lie. I had a little reservation. Would you have a little reservation with that? That's what I want to know. 833-212-1017. Would you let your son be a cheerleader, whether it's a youth sport cheerleader, whether it's a middle school cheerleader, whether it's a high school cheerleader, whether it's a professional cheerleader or college cheerleader? Would you encourage your son? Would you let your son chase their dreams of being a cheerleader? Now, some of y'all might be saying, why is Kyle asking us this today? Why is he asking us that? Well, I'm going to get to it, Truth Nation, because you know what? I believe I have come a long way, right? And when I talk about coming a long way, I'm talking about my thoughts about the LGBTQ community. I'm a black millennial who was raised in a household of black baby boomers who were children of the silent generation. And so obviously coming from a traditional black household, homosexuality was a little different to us. When I say different, I say, you know, we're accepting and loving of all, but when we saw homosexuality, it wasn't like this thing where we were like, oh, yeah, no, we were like, okay, that's a little different. You know, that's a little different. See, identity was simple. You're a boy, you're a girl. It's that easy. Girls have pink, boys have blue. It was that simple. Again, I am a child of baby boomers. I am a millennial. I'm a black man. We know how we are. Though identity was simple and we were always accepting of someone's sexuality, we also participated in something similar to the thing of don't ask, don't tell. That's what the U.S. military had as a protocol under many presidents until Barack Obama. And even at the start of Obama, he believed in don't ask, don't tell. Don't ask, don't tell means I'm not going to ask if you are gay, and you ain't got to tell me if you are gay. We was just going to sit here and focus on the task at hand. That is the mindset that I grew up with. Now, listen, do what you want to do. It's a little different to me. So it took me some time to adjust my mind from thinking that's a little weird, that's a little different, to maybe even saying words that start with the letter F that I couldn't say now because, I don't want to get canceled. Because that's what we used to say back in the day. From going from that and having personal growth to being to the point thinking that's just somebody living their best life. That is somebody doing whatever makes them happy. And a great example of this, of my mindset shifting, it's been many years, and I think I've talked about this before. Last year, Tony Evers, in his state budget, included the changing of the term mother to inseminated person and husband to spouse. Now, this caused a firestorm amongst many folks. They talked about it here on 101.7 The Truth. I had people asking me questions about why they would do something like that. And again, when I first heard it, I was like, okay, that's interesting, right? Okay. But then when I took the time to listen and understand, that's the key thing, Truth Nation, listening and understanding versus just judging, what you would have learned of why Tony Evers changed it from mother to inseminated person and husband to spouse is because the language used before did not include everyone, and legally using the language of inseminated person and changing husband to spouse allow for everyone to be able to utilize IVF that wanted to use IVF. So it wasn't about changing mothers to dads and all that. It wasn't what they tried to make it out to be. It was simply making sure that people who identify a different way, that though you may not agree with the lifestyle, that doesn't matter. There are people that are in this world that walk around and saying, I am a trans man, but have the ability to give birth. And it would be disrespectful to sit here and say you are a mother when they identify differently. You may not like it, but you can't tell somebody else how they identify. You can't tell somebody else what they can and they can't do. This is America. So as crazy it might sound to you, the reality is that some people who give birth do not identify as women. Again, that's them. That's the fact of the matter. They have the right to go and do whatever they want. And I give Tony Evers credit for saying, like, listen, a mother is a mother, a father is a father. But legally, we need to make sure those who want to get IVF so they can have their dream fulfilled of having kids and legally protected, that we change mother to inseminated person. Because, listen, let me tell you, when you have kids, guess what? Guess what? You're being inseminated. A husband, guess what? Bruh. It's also called, what are these facts? A husband is also a spouse. So at the end of the day, this is about people being able to keep their dignity and their respect as a human being and be able to identify as they want to. It takes nothing away from moms. Now, Truth Nation, I did all this to lead up to this point here, and I'm going to get to the calls, and we're going to get to it. It's going to be a little longer first segment. Rhea, you got that video for me? Because this is what we want to do. This all leads me to Truth Nation, we got to stop gay bashing. We got to stop gay bashing. I asked y'all about y'all son being a male cheerleader or not. Would you let your son be a male cheerleader? Not because I was trying to be funny. Not because I was trying to, just start some stuff. No, because if you go on 101.7 on YouTube, or you turn up your app that you're streaming on right now, an award-winning 101.7 The Truth app, or if you in your car on the radio, turn that thing up as well. Because, and I really encourage you to go to YouTube because it's more visual. There's sound, but it's more visual than it is listening, but you still will hear some music. What you are going to see is something that has gone viral, Truth Nation. This year, for some reason, the Minnesota Vikings and the New England Patriots have male cheerleaders. Now, this isn't anything new, but this year they had male cheerleaders, and they posted videos on YouTube of them dancing with their cheer team. And it took the internet by storm with so much hate, so much outrage, because a man was doing this on a field. Go to 101.7 The Truth on YouTube so you can see the video that has caused a firestorm on the internet. Nation, what you saw there was simply a person living out their dream and dancing and being a cheerleader. And the outrage I saw is wild. And the crazy thing to me is this is nothing new. Y'all been watching male cheerleaders for years. Y'all just now seeing it on social media and y'all want to be outraged. And what makes me mad about this, you got senators like Ted Cruz who took the time out his very unbusy day, clearly, very unbusy day, stealing money from the people and from America to tweet stuff like this. Ted Cruz, a senator from Texas who fled Texas when they had a storm, a hurricane storm in Mexico, and put his dog on the top of a roof on a car. He said it seems that the NFL has hired the same consultants who have been advising Democrats on how to appeal to young men. It should work well. This is rude and disrespectful. Rude and disrespectful. Y'all mad that a man is a cheerleader? Is this only supposed to be a woman's job? That's where I'm so confused at. You have politicians who are publicly bullying gay men because they don't want to see them dance? Ted Cruz tweeting about this is shedding a negative light on somebody else's happiness. Again, you can have whatever perspective that you want to have. You can have whatever opinion that you want to have. But to sit here and be a politician that has a huge following, who's supposed to be an upstanding citizen, to sit here and bash some guy for simply dancing, put him in the spotlight because he's dancing, that is messed up. And the thing y'all got to understand is that these politicians are evil because people commit suicide because of bullying for their identity. There are a lot of LGBTQ community people right now who are at this moment trying to kill themselves because of the acceptance, that their lack of acceptance in this world. And you have a politician using his platform to bully somebody. That isn't right. Y'all want the NFL to discriminate against gay people? Give me a justification on why a man isn't allowed to be a cheerleader. Don't worry, I'll wait. You can't give me one. Because it sounds like a lawsuit waiting to happen to tell a man you can't dance on this team because you're a man. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm a Packers fan. I got the G on my chest today. And I'm going to tell you this right now. I think the Packers got cheerleaders. I don't know if they got male cheerleaders. I don't know because I don't go to the games to watch the cheerleaders. I go to watch Jordan Love throw touchdown passes this year to my boy Matthew Golden. Y'all going to recognize who number 22 is. Mark that. But I don't know the name of cheerleaders. I don't know what they can do. But you can't shelter or hide your kids away from the fact that gay people exist. Your homophobia doesn't allow for you to determine how an organization, a private organization in this great country, America, gets to run itself. What blows my mind the most is that these politicians, y'all be madder. Y'all be madder about this than the nonsense going on in this country. 833-212-1017. No, we're going to continue this conversation because I want to hear from y'all. Because this has been going viral. Rhea, did you know about this before I sent it to you? Rhea don't care about sports. She can't tell you. How many NFL teams are there, Rhea?
36.
Exactly. She has no clue. 32. She don't know.
Close.
Close or overshot. Rhea don't watch sports, but she's seen this on her timeline because it is trending. And it is trending not because, I'm going to say this, Rhea, you were there. Oh, boy, was getting it. They was getting it.
Oh, they're killing it.
They was getting it. Lifting the foot in the air. I done hurt my back just doing that. They was getting it.
Use your core.
Yeah, I got to use my core. I ain't got much of a core. But they was doing what they do best. And just because it may be different and odd to some of us don't mean they shouldn't be able to do it. 833-212-1017. That's why it leads me to, would you allow your son to be a cheerleader? Because I want to gauge the interest and I want to know why y'all think it's wrong or why y'all think it's right. I see y'all on the talking text line, 833-212-1017. Brian and Avery, we're going to get to you after break. I see the YouTube blowing up. You can watch and stream us live on YouTube by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up. But I had to bring this to the congregation today. I had to bring it to Truth Nation because I was very curious about what the reaction would be and how far we have come as a country. But when we come back, I see y'all calls, I see y'all texts, watch and stream us live on YouTube, download that 1017 The Truth app on any of your Apple or Google Play Store. Make sure y'all stream us live as well. But I want to hear from y'all. Would you allow your son to be a male cheerleader? This is Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace, and we're going to have smoke on the other side in 3 minutes.
More of Truth to Power is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hi, my name is Noor, and I am proud to be a Riverside University High School Tiger. As a rising sophomore, I am excited to get involved in many opportunities. RUHS offers like advanced placement classes, sports, and student council. But what I love about Riverside most is that Riverside University High School makes everyone feel welcome and provides students with lots of opportunities. On Saturday, August 23rd, from 11 o'clock to 3 o'clock, join us at Riverside for the Truth Family Fest. We will have entertainment, food trucks, and vendors. See you there.
Ride the wave to clean at Tsunami Express Car Wash, Milwaukee's fan favorite for a winning shine. Become a monthly member and enjoy unlimited washes for less than $1 per day. Plus, skip the wait in the fast lane and enjoy unbeatable amenities like free vacuums and tire air. Visit any of their convenient locations in Midtown Milwaukee, Waukesha, Greenfield, Oak Creek, and Mount Pleasant. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat. Learn more at tsunamiexpress.com.
Summer in Milwaukee is nonstop. Festivals, live music, and fresh city vibes fill the season you already know. From world-famous cultural celebrations to hidden gem street fairs, every neighborhood is a stage, alive with handcrafted traditions, homegrown talent, and world-class entertainment. Music, flavor, culture, whenever you visit, the Cream City is ready to celebrate. This summer, don't just visit. Make sure you experience Milwaukee, the city of festivals.
Tracy, going back to the process, and as it relates specifically to the partnership that Old National Bank has with Housing Resource, what does the process consist of when coming through this program?
You know, it's a referral process. We work with clients that first-time homeowners that may not have the counseling that they need. They may not have the equity, the down payment that they need. So we refer them to our partners like HRI or Housing Resources, Inc., because we recognize that those organizations, they have the resources, they have the tutorial documentation and all of those things that are necessary for first-time homeowners that don't know the process, may not know the system, may not know what's required for home ownership. So working with Housing Resources Inc. and other partnerships that we have like through WIDA has been very, very advantageous, not only for us, but also the organizations, but also for the community.
This is Truth to Power on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Truth Nation, are you looking for a Brewers fan experience of a lifetime? American Family Insurance is here to make it happen. Enter the Super Fan Tailgate Sweepstakes for your chance to win a pregame tailgate party for you and 5 friends, complete with a private chef and a DJ. Oh, that's dope. You'll also score field-level tickets, hotel stays, exclusive Brewers merch, and Christian Yelich memorabilia. Enter now at amfam.com/Brewers. That is amfam.com/Brewers. No purchase necessary. You must enter by 11:59 Central Time on August 25th, 2025. See official rules at amfam.com/Brewers. And to find an agent near you, go to amfam.com. Yes, go to amfam.com to find an agent near you or to get a quote. And I really want y'all to sign up for this giveaway because I know we love to go to tailgates for the Brewers game and going to Brewers game. So make sure y'all go ahead and participate in this. This is Truth to Power here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. I am Kyle Wallace, the host of Truth to Power. And I see the phone lines is blowing up because the question I'm asking is, would you allow your son to be a male cheerleader in the NFL or anywhere? Because the internet has been going crazy over the New England Patriots and Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings have 2 male cheerleaders this year, and the New England Patriots have 1. And this is nothing new. It's just they showed a video of them dancing and standing on business, and the internet was mad, and you had politicians who were ripping these individuals and ripping the NFL as if they did anything wrong other than just dancing. And I want to know, would you allow your son to be a male cheerleader? Yes or no, and why or why not? 833-212-1017 is the Truth Talking text line. You can always watch and stream us live on YouTube. That's where we showed everybody the video of the men dancing. Make sure you always Download the award-winning 1017 The Truth app in the Apple Store or Google Play Store, and make sure you stream us live on the app. But Avery in Milwaukee, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Hey, Kyle. I've tapped into this conversation. I missed the very beginning, but I find it's funny that these conservative politicians have so many opinions, especially around things like this. I do believe that I've seen more than a few black and white photos from Ivy League colleges that showed males on the cheer team. Mm-hmm. A lot of men have used cheerleading on their college resumes and as a part of their, activities. Cheerleading is a form of dance. How long will it be before we start to say that men can't dance? I find this, this is just more of the same to separate and create conversation that distracts us from things that are really important. If my son is an adult now, but I have two grandkids.
Yes, sir.
My grandsons want to dance, they can dance.
Yes. Thank you, Avery. I think that's so important. Thank you, Avery, because I think the biggest thing that Avery put up there is that I want y'all to understand, first and foremost, the reason why I align it with homosexuality, because a lot of people believe just because you're a cheerleader, that means you're gay. And if you are gay, it is what the hell it is. And we have to stop with that gay bash. We have to stop with that mentality, because at the end of the day, the most important thing for anybody with kids, grandkids, anybody in my family, right, is I just want people to be happy. That's all I want, because life is already hard enough. The last thing I want to do is add an additional stress on somebody who is trying to grow into themselves by simply not accepting their identity. That's what a lot of y'all is doing. But 833-212-1017, to each their own, though. Would you allow your son to be a male cheerleader? 833-212-1017. Brian in Milwaukee on award-winning 1017 The Truth.
I bet you so. H to the no, I wouldn't.
Why is that, Brian?
Because there's certain areas for that, and it's most of the cheerleaders that were men in high school that did that, they were gymnasts. Let's get that straight. They weren't gay. They were gymnasts that were doing cheering. For the Minnesota Vikings to promote this gay dude dancing like a little woman instead of focusing on football is a stretch. If people want to be gay, that's fine. Let them be gay. But you don't have to promote things when you're doing. We're talking about football. We're not talking about promoting cheerleading. People didn't spend money to go watch a cheerleader.
Well, then why have any cheerleaders, though? And, Brian, why do they have any cheerleaders? It wasn't any problem when the women was shaking their behinds and got doing their thing. Why is it a problem now? I didn't hear anybody complaining about the female cheerleaders. If they there watching football game, get rid of them all.
Yeah, and all teams don't even have cheerleaders. That should not be the focus. But it's the focus now because we showed some idiot decided to show some retarded-looking man out dancing like a woman. I mean, if you want to be a woman, just go all the way be a woman. Don't be a man dancing like a woman. You perpetrating a fraud. Now, we're talking about capitalism here, okay? Anytime you promote that, you ruin the industry. When we had that television show, what was it called? Power? With that lost its ratings. That lost its ratings because people started the gay narrative. So stop trying to bring the gay narrative into everything that didn't even start out as being gay just to promote somebody else's agenda.
Brian,
That's silly.
Really quickly, you do realize the gay narrative is the reality, though. There's a lot of
That's the gay narrative is the reality of gay people.
Brian, but this is my thing is that when I remember when Power came out, I was also like, I was seeing two men kiss on TV. I really I wasn't expecting it, but that's the reality, though. Like, that's the reality of what people's lifestyle is, and that's part of what it is. If y'all want them to have, y'all think there's gay men who y'all listen to all the time. Khaled, the singer or artist that I love, can we just talk? Can we? Gay. You know he's gay? Yeah, he gay. Khaled gay. He got what's called?
Luther Vandross.
Luther was gay. We love Luther. Hell, Prince was probably gay too. And we know Michael, what he did. Some of y'all don't believe he was fondling little kids. I don't, but if he did it, it's gay. And that's okay. We love him. 833-212-1017. Would you allow for your son to be a cheerleader? This is based off the thing that is going on fire on the internet where there was a male cheerleader for the Minnesota Vikings and New England Patriots where people were watching, they were just dancing and people were, were upset about them dancing. Again, 833-212-1017. Security Mike, what are your thoughts on this conversation?
Hey, man, how you doing? But as long as I've been watching football, I've seen males on the sideline in the cheerleading with the cheerleaders and stuff. So what is the big deal now? I mean, I'm just asking why we so divided right now. And it's always coming from the Republican administration that they always against us and LGBTQ. I don't understand it.
Security Mike.
I mean, what's the big ideal?
Security Mike, I'm right there. I'm right there with you. I appreciate your insight and your input, and I agree. I 100% agree. Is that why are we trying to kill somebody's joy? That's the one thing I don't understand. Just because you don't like something doesn't mean that you got to kill somebody's joy. What did Kendrick say? He said, "Turn the what off? Turn the TV off. If you don't like, turn the TV. If you don't want to see, if you don't like it, turn the TV off. If you scrolling down your app and you see it, keep scrolling." You know what I'm saying? There was this, Tory Lowe talked about it. I may talk about it tomorrow because I got to give y'all an update on the chipmunks. I saw a bunny that looked like it was mutated, and I said, ugh.
You saw the tentacle bunny?
It gave me the heebie-jeebies. I kept going.
You saw it here in Milwaukee?
Oh, hell no. I ain't see it in person. I would have saw it in person. I would have had to get the Istal.
Oh, my God.
That's a zombie. But I kept scrolling. It gave me the heebie-jeebies. If you don't like to see a man dancing like that, keep going. Keep scrolling. Again, 833-212-1017. Lisa in Milwaukee, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. What do you have to do? What do you have to say about male cheerleaders?
You know what? Let them babies be their babies. And stop assuming. What makes you think they're gay? Just because they can twist and turn their body like that doesn't mean that they're gay. You know what the issue is? It's like you said, you had male cheerleaders in high school. You had them in college. The males were fine seeing that. Somebody got to pick up the girls when they fall, when they throw them in the air and they come. Okay. So why can't they be? The issue is because you got the volleyball men. I drink beer. I go to barbecue at the football games. Oh, now I got to see a man. Now he gay. Now all the football players going to come out being gay. I don't want to see that. I just want to see football. Okay, so what about the women that want to see football too? Well, you see, it's nothing wrong with you seeing a woman throwing herself around and twisting her button all up in the air.
Yeah, I prefer to watch it. I prefer to see a woman being thrown up in the air like that. I don't mind it whatsoever. I don't mind it whatsoever.
Look, intersections, I don't care. I'm going to get something to eat. I ain't caring about no cheerleading. Unless they be like, my nephew out there, my son out there, somebody like that. But okay, I'm in there practicing with them in the first place. But if they're at a game, I'm going to watch. But other than that, I'm going to go get something to eat on. I mean, it's not serious. People, stop. It's other things in this world. There's other things in this world to be, concerned about and be worried about. Other than this, I
agree. Thank you. You too, Lisa. I agree. Again, I 100% agree. There's other things to be upset about, but social media is on fire. Again, when we're gonna go to break here. I see you, Red. I see you, Winky Blue. Y'all calling. I didn't get a chance to finish. I got more I wanted to get to, Rhea. I got the whole video, but y'all calling. I'm gonna take y'all calls because you know what? Y'all obviously want us to speak about it. But before we go to break, I also want to tell you about Truth Nation. Please join us at our third annual Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August 23rd from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Riverside University High School. Admission to the Truth Family Fest is absolutely free, and it will be a great place to have fun while celebrating with family and friends. There will be amazing food, great music, backpacks for the kids, and incredible prizes. So make sure you save the date for our third annual Truth Family Fest this Saturday, August 23rd from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Riverside University High School. Make sure you tune into the award-winning 1017 The Truth, as we will also be broadcasting. Yes, we will also be broadcasting it live. We'll be having a show specialty on site show. So make sure y'all watch that. But True Family Fest is presented by Crash Course Drivers Education Center and U.S. Cellular, and also sponsored by Milwaukee Area Technical College, Landmark Credit Union, U.S. Bank, Milwaukee Public Schools, Gruber Law Offices, Big Frog, Educators Credit Union, and Riverside University High School. This is Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace. Make sure y'all watch the stream us live on YouTube. I see the calls. I see the text. Would you allow your son to be a male cheerleader? Would you say, go ahead, son, or would you have a problem with it? That is the question of the day based off what the NFL did. 833-212-1017. In 4 minutes, we'll have more conversation in your calls.
Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it, we can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 1017 The Truth.
And what are some of the ways that you're inspiring people? Because, you know, one of the biggest opportunities, in particular in the African-American community, is access, exposure, and awareness.
For Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin, we've been here 76 years.
Wow.
And our mantra is saving the lives you love. So if someone you love needs a blood transfusion and they're in any hospital in Southeast Wisconsin here, that blood's coming from us. And so we're trying to make sure that we're communicating that, because I think folks maybe don't understand that blood can't be manufactured. And summers are always tough because schools are out and we collect about 20 to 25% of our blood from schools. Mm-hmm. So it's always a day-to-day struggle. We say that the blood that's on the shelves is the blood that saves lives. And a lot of times people are compelled to donate when something bad happens. And our mission and our job is to educate folks so that we can get ahead of the curve and keep 3 days of inventory on the shelves. Mm-hmm. So we're in a decent spot right now, but we're on the streets every day trying to inspire people to join our mission. One of our big projects that we're proud of is Versity on King, which is part of the Thrive on collaboration in the Gimbel Schuster building on Martin Luther King Drive. And next year, we're going to open a destination center there. It'll be a blood donation center, but it'll be more than that, because we've realized that we can't be transactional with our relationships in the Black community. We need to do things that are intentional and that show that we're there to stay. But the reason that we're there is because not enough people that look like us donate. And so for disorders like sickle cell disease that disproportionately affect us, the race can matter. But I like to say that, you know, Black folks have a superpower in their blood. 44% of Black blood donors will have this rare trait that makes their blood more likely to be able to be a match for a sickle cell patient. And that 44%, like that is way higher than what we would find in other races.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Brewers lose their doubleheader against the Cubs on Tuesday, with first game ending 6-4 and the second 4-1. They now sit at 79 and 47, while the Cubs are now at 72 and 54.
2-1 pitch. Terang chops it first base side. It's a fair ball. Bush takes it to the bag, and the ball game is over. The Cubs sweep the doubleheader. Game 1, 6-4. Game 2, a 4-1 final.
The fourth game takes place tonight at Wrigley with first pitch at 7:05. The Packers look to get their final preseason game W against the Seahawks in Lambeau. That game takes place Saturday at 3 p.m. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams, member FDIC.
It is Truth to Power on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
The Truth is the proud home of Marquette University High School football, and the 2025 football season will start with a bang as we have a big-time matchup between two traditional football powerhouse programs. Tune in this Friday night as the Marquette High Hilltoppers host the Arrowhead Warhawks. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. Friday night football on The Truth is presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, That's all. This is Truth to Power here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Watch and stream us live on YouTube by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. You can also stream us by going to downloading the 1017 The Truth app in the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. Make sure you stream us live from the app as well, or turn up your radios on the FM dial. But today we're having a conversation talking about, would you allow for your son to be a cheerleader? And this is based off a lot of controversy in the NFL, as there was videos of male cheerleaders simply dancing that caused a firestorm, and people were upset and calling out the NFL for being too woke for allowing males to be cheerleaders. And it led me to ask, would you allow for your son to be a male cheerleader? So 833-212-1017, Winky Blue, what are your thoughts on today's conversation? I feel like I have a clue.
Hey, good afternoon, my man.
Good afternoon,
I was just sitting here in this truck listening to you, and this is really a no-brainer. Why would I allow my kid to be a cheerleader, something that's designed for women? You know, some stuff is just for women, and we need to accept that and quit forcing. And some things are just for men. And quit forcing ourselves or themselves into these spaces, man. Like you talked about Evers, talking about inseminated person. Listen, brother, you can be what about the adopted lady that adopts a child? She's still a mother. She's an adopted mother.
Yeah, but
you know,
Winky, really quickly, with that, the inseminated person didn't take away people being called mothers. It was simply to allow for people who don't identify as women to be able to have the same equal access to the healthcare. So that's what that's about. And also, the first cheerleaders were male. Really quick. The first cheerleaders were male students at Princeton University in the late 1800s. That's who the original cheerleaders were. But we can continue.
Okay. Well, listen, brother. Right now, would you allow your son to do that?
Listen, I'm fully transparent. If my son said, "Hey, Dad, I want to be a cheerleader," I would be like, "Okay." I mean, I thought you were gonna say I want to be a quarterback or a running back or be a corner like your daddy. If you want to be a male cheerleader, I'm not gonna tell him he can't. But I mean, would I be like, "Oh yeah, forget"? No, I wouldn't.
Would you discourage?
You wouldn't
discourage it,
Winky. I would probably be a little disappointed, but I would tell him, if it makes him happy, go ahead, son, be a cheerleader. I mean, I keep it 100. I'd be disappointed. I'd be very disappointed. But that's why it's two of us raising a kid, and I'm sure my future wife would definitely say, you know.
I honestly think that that's a bad call, because we're having a problem with our men right now. And a woman can never be a man, and a man can never be a woman. She don't have ovaries. He doesn't have ovaries. He doesn't have.
What you just said is factual. I appreciate you calling. We got 3 other callers. I appreciate you calling in and sharing your insight. I'm trying to keep everybody to under 2 minutes, but I appreciate the conversation. We're talking about the fact that the NFL has male cheerleaders. Newsflash, been happening for years, but it has gone viral because there was a video of a male cheerleader dancing. I'm getting everybody's reaction to how they feel about male cheerleaders in the NFL, but more importantly, would you allow your son to be a male cheerleader? Red in Milwaukee, would you allow your child to be a male cheerleader?
No, because see, I grew up in the old school. We grew up with the Bible. See, it's just like one thing leads to another. Just like saying your kid walk up to you and say, "Hey, Dad, it's okay for me to smoke marijuana." Okay, it's okay. Okay, hey, Dad, the marijuana don't do it for me. It's okay to do XT. One thing leads to another. You don't let your little boys play with Barbie dolls when they little kids, because one thing will lead to another. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you right now, that's the reason why you know everybody always talking big and stuff and fat mouthing about that stuff. Look, let me tell you something. Black people didn't start doing that stuff. Instead, they started hanging around white folks. We picked up their bad habits. That's the reason why we say, it's okay for a man to put his finger up. Go ahead.
Real quickly, I'm not disagreeing with what you say, because that's your truth. So do you think there was any gay men back in Africa, or gay slaves that we had back in the day? Do you think there was none?
Man, would you be for real? They didn't practice none of that stuff, man. That white folks put that stuff in your head.
Okay.
Man, black people didn't do that stuff.
Red,
you know what?
Red, I appreciate you. I don't know. I wasn't around. I haven't done enough research. I'm just assuming. I don't know. I have no idea. But we were talking about cheerleaders. He got to talking about gayness. Red has every right to believe what he wants to believe, because this is truth to power. So y'all can feel however y'all want to feel. I appreciate y'all. But 833-212-1017. Ms. Lana Banana, what do you have to say about allowing your child to be a cheerleader as a boy?
Hey, how you doing, Kyle?
I feel blessed. How about yourself?
Good. I'm blessed to be black. Yeah, I'll let my son be a cheerleader if he wants to because, see, I'm the type of person that I don't care what anybody say or what it look like. If that's what my son want to do, that's what he can do. And if it looks like he's gay or whatever, then so be it. You know, and if somebody give him trouble, then mama got his back. You know what I'm saying? And didn't Ted Cruz, while he talking, isn't there a photo that he cross-dressed too?
I don't know. I would have to do some research. I don't keep up with what politicians is cross dressing.
Yeah, but since he had something to say, I think it was Ted Cruz that was cross dresser. Yep.
Hey, maybe. I do not know, but I appreciate you chiming in and you calling. 833-212-1017. The last caller we'll take today. Truth Nation, y'all showed up and y'all showed out. I'm going to get to the text as well because you think like you guys have made a lot of great points. And I love the open dialogue and the conversation today about would you allow for your son to be a cheerleader? And are you upset that the NFL has male cheerleaders? Blake in Menominee Falls, what are your thoughts on this conversation?
What's happening, man?
What's up, Blake?
Man, I love how smart you are. Okay, topic of the day, male cheerleaders. Key. Male cheerleaders. When I seen Texas and Georgia, when I was doing the NFL, and I was doing the college games, the Georgia Bulldogs, that whole NCAA thing, the Big Ten, all that, the championship games, the male cheerleaders are there for the tricks that the women cannot do and support. That's school spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for them to make it to the NFL, that's an accomplishment. But just think where their hands are. When you're in high school, you don't see any male cheerleaders. When you get to college, you're going to see some male cheerleaders. You know why? They're the first shoulder to cry on. They're the first person to call on when that ex-boyfriend do them dog. And then, you know where their hands be? They learn women because of that. They got to hold them in certain places. And they thing is, dude, I'm trying to be as discreet as possible. Ain't nothing wrong.
Okay.
We're doing it the right way. But if you set it in the mindset of a man, dude, let me try out.
I feel
everything ain't feminine. You know what I mean?
I was too weak.
Everybody's taking this the wrong way.
I feel you, Blake. Thank you, Blake. I appreciate.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. I appreciate your insight. I hope they weren't trying to. Thumb was slipping, and she catching her for falling.
People act like I never seen Bring It On.
I've seen Bring It On. That was way back in the day.
Yeah, but the men in the movie are like, I love being a cheerleader because I get to be on the girls.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very honest with this, Truth Nation. Like when I think about this, like, dude, listen, I was at that game over the weekend, and listen, let everybody have some eye candy. Hell, when you look at cheerleaders, that's eye candy. That's what it's about. It ain't just straight men going to them games. Let them look at them boys shake that thing too. I'm just saying. Listen. I know which one I'm looking at. My girl. I ain't looking at nobody. That's smut on the field. Get all the smut off the field. 833-212-1017. When we come back, we're going to wrap up the show. I'll share my final thoughts, but also right now, it's time for the shmoney.
One call, that's all.
One call, that's all is right. Right now is your chance to be our 5K, $5,000 giveaway winner on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. The entry for the day, not winner. Entry for the day for your chance to be entered and win $5,000 courtesy of the award-winning 1017 The Truth in Gruber Law offices. Be caller number 5. Caller number 5 right now at 833-212-1017 for your chance to be entered to win $5,000 from Gruber Law offices. Again, if you or a loved one has ever injured in an accident, make sure you contact Gruber Law offices today, or you can visit them at gruber-law.com. Be caller number 5 right now at 833-212-1017 for your chance to be entered to win $5,000. For official contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com. And always remember, if your loved one is ever injured in an accident, go with Gruber Law offices. You never pay a single cent, never pay a single penny until they win your case. Visit them at gruber-law.com. And it's one call, that's all with Gruber Law offices.
You are listening to Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app. Catch Truth to Power every weekday from noon to 1 p.m.
Your expression on your face, that's got to me. And the man wasn't lying.
What you mean the expression on my face? How can you see my face? You listening to me on the radio, man.
No, I'm watching you on YouTube, too.
Oh, all right, then. You're an old man, and you know about YouTube. How old are you, Adam? You about 85.
83.
I'll be dipped. How blessed are we to have you?
Watch all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows by subscribing to 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Marquette University High School football lives here. Catch all the action of Hilltoppers football on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Tune in this Friday night as the Hilltoppers kick off their 2025 season hosting the Arrowhead Warhawks. Join our coverage starting at 6:30 p.m., leading up to kickoff at 7 p.m. Marquette University High School football is presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. And sponsored by Left's Lucky Town, C.J. Schmidt, Capital Insurance Agency, Boyle Fredrickson, Annex Wealth Management, Magic Productions, and Berghardt Sporting Goods.
At Educators Credit Union, our members are our purpose. As a credit union, we're more than a financial. We're people helping people. We aren't concerned about profits or the bottom line of shareholders, because our greatest reward is you achieving your financial dreams through lower rates, free financial resources, and award-winning member service. Experience more heart and less hassle by making the switch today. Achieve more at ECU.com. Educators Credit Union. Achieving more together. Insured by NCUA. Membership eligibility required.
Are you or anyone you know looking for a new job opportunity? Attend the City of Milwaukee Job Fair on Thursday, August 21st from noon to 3 p.m. at Manpower Group, located at 100 Manpower Place. This event occurs in collaboration with Hip Hop Week. To register, visit joindcmke.com and choose the option to create your profile here. Completion of your profile is necessary to attend this event. Representatives from multiple employment sectors will be present to meet with you and share opportunities for hiring, training, upskilling, and more. We will also feature a live DJ, food and refreshments while supplies last. Brought to you by Council members Russell W. Stamper II and Robert Bauman. Sponsored by City of Milwaukee, Milwaukee Common Council, City of Milwaukee Department of Administration, Office of Community Wellness and Safety, Manpower Group, Northcott Neighborhood House, Fathers Making Progress, Northwest Side Community Development Corporation, State of Wisconsin DWD, Ross Innovative Employment Solutions, Goodwill Industries of Southeast Wisconsin, UMOS, DCMKE, 30th Street Corridor, Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Milwaukee, Milwaukee County Parks, Greater Milwaukee Urban League, Maximus, and Amplifier.
You are listening to Truth to Power on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
One, two, three, ho!
Oh, I'm gonna love this one. Botox can do more for men than just smooth out wrinkles. It can help reduce chronic migraine, stress-related facial tension, and even excessive sweating. Come on out to Brotox in Beers Saturday, September 13th at Sweet Tox in Menominee Falls. This is an event for men who want to feel better, perform better, and look sharp without the fuss. Watch college football, get treated with Botox in the low-key, no-pressure setting of Sweet Tox. Then have a brew when you are done. Spots are limited, so reserve yours now at sweettox.com. That is sweet, SESWEETTOX.com. This is Truth to Power here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. And today we had a conversation talking about, would you allow your son to be a male cheerleader? And this was based off the controversy that the NFL, who has had male cheerleaders for years, there was a video that dropped of a Minnesota Vikings cheerleader. They have 2 male cheerleaders this year, and they were dancing, and everybody got mad and upset. And the reason why I think the outrage is crazy, and the reason why I just don't understand why so many people are so mad, and I get confused, is I'm trying to understand how politicians and people are madder about a male cheerleader than a president saying he will grab a woman by their vash. That's what he said, the hoo-ha. He said, I'll grab him by the woo. Then a president who has been found liable for sexual assault. Then a president who was best buds with a convicted pedophile who sexually assaulted young girls. A president who says stuff like this on the Howard Stern show, where he says, well, I'll tell you, the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show and everyone's getting dressed and ready at a Miss Universe pageant, and everyone else, and this guy, he talks crazy. No men anywhere, and I'm allowed to go in because I'm the guy, of the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting. I want to make sure everything is good. The dresses everything is okay. They're standing there with no clothes on. Is everyone okay? That's what he's talking about. A country where people go to church at, and they go to a church that once had a pastor there, that once had a priest there that fondled little boys. So for us to sit here and be so outraged when you step foot in a church that may have had boys getting fondled in by grown men priests that were preaching to the choir, for people to go to the ballot box and to vote for somebody that says he will grab women by the vagina, but y'all mad at some men just dancing? Again, do I laugh and smile when I saw it? Yeah, I thought it was funny. I laughed. But I was like, damn, them boys could dance. And I want y'all to understand that male cheerleaders have been here forever. And I believe that it comes from the fact that y'all hate homosexuality. On the Truth Talking text line at 833-212-1017, Shady O said, Mr. Kyle, why is it that this conversation of equality is always one-sided? When a woman encroaches upon the stuff that affects a man, people applaud them and push the narrative of equality, but then when a man does it, there's an uproar. I feel you on that. And lastly, T said, male cheerleaders, yes. Why wouldn't I allow for my son to be a male cheerleader who's holding up plus-size cheerleaders for great purposes? And of course, if my son wants to be able to be a flexible athlete, half-naked with half-naked women, yes. Hell yeah, I'm with that too. I'm gonna say, all right, son, now go ahead and do what you want to do. But again, Truth Nation, what it comes down to me is it comes down to this shouldn't be a controversy. It shouldn't be a conversation. You should see it and you should be like, well, damn, that's a little different, but look at him go. Because your feelings should never impact the way somebody else should feel. And the fact that you don't like watching it and seeing it, turn it off. Don't sit here and complain. Don't sit here and, as a politician, tweet about it and try to demean somebody for being happy. Why steal somebody's joy? What is the purpose of that? This is a free country. That's the great thing about America. We have free will. And that boy or that man who made the cheer team had the free will to make the team, to try out for the team and make the team, just like you got the free will to just turn it off. But gotta understand it's about humanity first. Think about what you say because it could negatively impact people. So would I let my son be a male cheerleader? Only time will tell. This has been Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. I love y'all so much, Truth Nation. This is Therapeutic. I will talk to y'all tomorrow. The Tory Lowe Show is up next. Peace out. See y'all tomorrow.
Truth Nation, please join us at our 3rd annual Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August 23rd from 11